welcome to another episode of episode 37. This week's talking about the NFL playoffs. Of course, we're back divisional round, and all of our picks that were good and bad. The usual suspects are here, of course. You know what? Let me just rearrange these suspects. I like them in a certain order.
Oh, he getting fancy with the now. Oh, okay. Okay, gang.
All right. So, I learn more every day, Jeff. Or whatever. But, we're here with Jeff. What's good, my boy?
What's up?
All right, Jordan.
Here.
Yo, and Tobi.
You.
Tobi was the first one here. I want everybody to know.
Duggan.
All right.
I've been early, though, this year.
That's true.
Right.
But let's start, man. The first game of the weekend was the Bengals and the Titans. Bengals won the game. All the games were in thrilling fashion. Bengals with the field goal at the end of the game. Some of us had the Bengals, I think, and Tobi didn't. One person didn't. However, let's go. What's your thoughts on the game there, Jeff? Takeaways.
I knew the Bengals were going to win. I mean, it's just they up and coming, but they still got a lot of room to improve as a team. I didn't think the Titans were. It's typically hard for a team to try and incorporate a star player at the last minute and try to make the offense flow smoothly. Ryan Tannehill, I don't know who he was this weekend. He definitely wasn't Ryan Tannehill. Where's the real one? Stand up. But I'm just saying the pick on the first play of the game, that was terrible. But overall, I'd like to see the Bengals start to put more points in the end zone. I mean, they're getting a lot of field goals. Like I said, in 2 games, they got 3 touchdowns over all of their possessions. And they got a total good amount of points, but they're not scoring touchdowns. I think the Titans defense held up as well as they could to hold them to field goals, but the offense couldn't really produce no points. I mean, Derrick Henry had like 20 rushes for 67 yards, which is not enough. And I hope they didn't think that he was going to come in and just run for 200 all over the Bengals defense, because all they really had to do was load 8 in the box once they saw Tannehill going chaotic and erratic and just throwing interceptions all over the place. I definitely like Mike Vrabel as a coach. I just think he got to get somebody on the offense in. I don't know how that's going to work. But the Bengals look good. They're promising. I need to see more touchdowns, though. All these field goals, McPherson look good, but the offense got to give me them end zone touches.
Jordan, what you think, bro, of the game?
I mean, of course, it was a good game. I picked the Bengals. I believe in Joe Burrow. I believe in the team. I think the Titans should have took the Jimmy Garoppolo approach with Ryan Tannehill. They should have gave the backup a couple more touches because he ran pretty well. But all in all, they put the ball too much in Ryan Tannehill's hands. It's like they tried to outsmart themselves. Like they were the first play of the game, was a play action. No. Like there should have been 40 runs. Not for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to Cincy. I mean, their defense, I think, is underrated. I think for them to be able to hold the Titans to the points and the yards that they did shows that they're a pretty average, or maybe I would say maybe above average defense. And then, I think Joe Burrow shows that, once again, no touchdowns, right? But efficient, still efficient. I mean, you look at the completion percentages and then the yards. He didn't win the game, but he didn't lose the game. So when you have that, that's when you kind of know that you have balance on both sides of the ball, and all 3 phases are playing well. When you have that balance, and then Joe Burrow is that quarterback that can be spectacular and throw for 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do anything to lose them the game. So I believe in him in terms of he's not going to lose you the game. He's either going to keep you in the game or put you ahead. So that's why I kind of believe in him, and he plays well under pressure. And then let's not also forget he got sacked 9 times.
I was ready to ask you how much of that you put on him.
I don't. I mean, when you see some of it was free rushers. So you get sacked 9 times, and for you to be, I think he was 27 for 38, 300, almost 350 yards. I'm sold.
So you put that on the nine sacks.
I mean, I think it was more of good scheme on the Titans' part. Like they had free rushers. I mean, guys got beat, but some of those sacks were just free blitzers coming. Not enough on not enough on one side of the ball. So the defensive front outlined the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Or they had a guy blitzing. You know what I'm saying? Where there wasn't good gap integrity is what they call it. Like no good gap integrity. So I guess if you want to put that on Cincinnati, you can. But I think it was more of the Titans like defensive play calling the scheme.
All right, Tobi, I'll get back to you guys. So what you think about the game, bro? What are your thoughts and takeaways from this game?
I expected the Titans to win.
Yeah, why? Let's talk about that.
I mean, they were the better team. They were the number one seed. Why? They were the best team in the AfC. I guess all season they had the best record. So, and overall, to me, they were the better team. They are the better team. But at the end of the day, it came down to the quarterbacks. And I remember last week I always say I usually pick the better quarterback. But for this game, I picked the better team. And even them getting 9 sacks kind of proved that, because Cincinnati's O-line is horrible, one of the worst O-lines in the league. So I knew that was going to play a factor. Ryan Tannehill is the only blame to me for this loss. 3 interceptions. I remember, I don't know if you guys were watching the game. You might miss his part. His second interception, I don't know if you remember that, came right after the backup running back, Hillard, ran all the way down to like the 15-yard line. The next play, they ran like I think they was gonna throw like a quick pitch to the right side, and since he ran a corner blitz, and it was an instant pick. That right there was just to basically show you what was gonna happen in the future. Which at the end of the game, driving down, Ryan Tannehill threw another pick. So to me, it was basically on Ryan Tannehill. Cincinnati played a good game. Defensively, offensively, I felt like it was a real tight fight. But the difference was Ryan Tannehill throwing 3 picks, one on the first play, one in the red zone, and one at the end of the game. So he's to blame, easily for that loss.
One of those picks wasn't his fault though.
Which one was? Oh yeah, I still think that was his fault. He's trying to fit into a tight window. He's talking about the last one. That was his fault.
Last one was just a good play, and it got tipped in the head.
It's Ryan Tannehill.
But the first 2 were definitely his fault.
Ryan, he cost them the game single-handedly in my eyes. Like,
wow.
Especially that drive right there. They were supposed to score. The drive when they got down to the red zone, they were supposed to score. But he
shout out my boy for making that play though.
Good play, but Ryan Tannehill, horrible.
I think that Henry was only going to be a decoy in the first place. I don't think he's like. First of all, he came back how many weeks? 8. No game before that. He wasn't revved up for that. So I think Titans knew that. I think they was counting on Tannehill, because I think he was only going to be a decoy in the first place. Jeff, you said what Tannehill with a real Tannehill. That's the real Tannehill. That's the real Tannehill. Like Tannehill does that, bro. Like he is who he thought he was from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not surprised, but they still was in it at the end of the game. But like Jordan said, man, Joe Burrow makes plays. Chase is unbelievable, bro. Like he's definitely a beast. Mixon has been solid. He ain't been spectacular on these playoffs either. Actually,
they're not giving him the ball.
He had their only touchdown.
You keep talking about touchdowns. He ain't got no yards, bro. Like,
he had 14
carries, don't matter.
yards and a touchdown.
What happened?
The yards don't matter.
14 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown.
54 yards.
That touchdown.
Damn, bro. We talking about like one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL.
That touchdown is what won them the game. Them yards.
What he do against y'all?
He ain't get enough touches. He barely got 20 touches. Like again.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. I feel like he ain't been spectacular. He's been okay. You know what I'm saying? But like, listen, Mixon been in there.
I mean, they threw it 38 times.
What's this year 4 for Mixon right now?
Yeah, I think year 4 or
5.
Y'all keep talking about they got this great thing for years to come. Running backs don't last that long. He already slowing down.
So he was top 5 in carries.
So was Zeke 3 years ago.
I think he's got more. Because remember, he was splitting carries with Giovanni Bernard. He used to split carries with him.
Bro,
and then he used to be hurt. Then he used to be hurt a lot too. He.
Not his, I mean, that's his fault too, though.
I think he got I think the level that he played at this year, no cap, I think he got at least 2 more years like that. At least maybe
I give you 2.
Maybe
I
3.
give you 2. But all these great years to come, we're gonna see. They got 2 years to get it done to me. But anyway, I like Cincy. They're going home this week. We'll talk about that later on and stuff like that. I do believe in Burrow. The Titans, they never stood a chance to me. So I'll move on. So next, what was my next question?
Never.
I don't understand that.
I mean, AJ Brown did have like 142 yards on 5 catches.
Ryan Tannehill threw 3 picks. That's literally the reason they lost. But
yo, Jeff, you think y'all had a chance last week? Y'all ain't had none either. Because bro, it's never gonna happen, bro. Like, you wallet.
Titans had a better chance than.
I agree.
We ain't give up 40.
Oh, here we go.
I mean, we didn't get the mat and get off.
Like he said, Titans had a better chance than the Raiders did to beat the Packers or something like that. But anyway,
I didn't even get that reference.
Packers 49ers, man. That's the game, actually, because that's one I think we all lost, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody had the Packers. Aaron Rodgers, the MVP, he gonna win it, and he home. You know, 1, 2, 3 Cancun. So, Tobi, what your thoughts, takeaways on that game, bro?
Simple takeaway from the game is Aaron Rodgers doesn't really trust, many of his receivers besides Adams and what's the name of the running back again?
Jones.
Doesn't really trust him. And Aaron Rodgers, when it comes to the playoffs, I mean, when it comes to quarterbacking, between him and Tom Brady, we already know Tom Brady is on his own, planet. Aaron Rodgers has had too many failures in his careers in the playoffs besides the 1 year that he went to the Super Bowl, which was like 2010. And another year of disappointing. He's getting owned by the 49ers. Now we know anytime they play, especially if he stays in Green Bay, 49ers will most likely win. They beat him 4 straight times. It's just a very disappointing loss because the 49ers didn't really do enough offensively to even win the game. They won off of basically a special teams touchdown. And Aaron Rodgers couldn't do anything. 10 points. It's a very, it's a huge loss. There's a big loss on his resume right now. He only has 1 Super Bowl win. And going out like this, basically one and done again. I don't know. He's a great quarterback, but
we'll talk about his legacy in a second. But and I agree with you, Tobi, 100%. Jeff, talk to me about the Niners, man. What do you think about them moving forward? How they get it?
Well, and I said this last week. They're a tough team. They ran the ball 29 times for 106 yards, but it's the fact that they stayed consistent with the run game. They didn't ask Jimmy G to come out here and try to sling it around. It was a close game. And football is about 3 phases. So let's be for real. If the offense and the defense kind of settled itself, the special teams won it for the 49ers. I mean, they had the block kick, they had the block punt. So that's 2 blocks on special teams, and the Packers didn't have that. If you take away the 75-yard catch from Aaron Jones, he really only had 8 catches for 50 yards. So he really didn't do a lot. You know what I'm saying? He fed Devontae and both Jones 9 times, but the Packers need a number 2 option. Aaron Jones is not a number 2 option. He's a running back that fits with the Packers, but he isn't it. Aaron Rodgers went 20 for 29, 255 yards, but he got sacked 5 times. So that's another thing that played into it. You had a lot of drives that stalled and went to nothing, ended up being punts. I mean, it was an ugly game. I mean, I was gonna say the snow, but that came in later, so it really didn't matter. But again, the 49ers did what they do. They made it tough, gritty football. They got ugly. They put it in the trenches, and they're better defense, and they got a better offensive line apparently.
Cool. I just tagged y'all in the post for the show, so I just put it on Facebook. Jordan, what are your takeaways on the game? Nah, I did it while I was live. It was on purpose.
All right, that's how it works.
I feel like for one, the 49ers was the worst matchup for them. That's number 1. Number 2, the elements, all that. Jeff said 5 sacks. He was under pressure all day. With that being said, they should have been able to get it done. Shout out to the special teams for sure for 2 blocks because the 1 block was going into halftime. And if they hit that field goal, I believe they're going to halftime 10-3, not 7-3. Right? Now, the second one comes where they get a touchdown and they tie the game up. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to them. But let's not. I'm tired of Aaron Rodgers don't got another weapon. Aaron Rodgers don't got this. Aaron Rodgers don't got that. This team was the best team in the NFL all season. All season. The most balanced team, arguably, you could say, all season.
All right.
I agree, Jeff.
I
don't agree at
why are
all.
we sitting here talking about he doesn't have enough when they just went to the last two NFC? I mean, they was in the NFC Championship game last year. They went to 2 straight, lost, and he's lost 4 times now to the 49ers in the playoffs.
And different quarterbacks for the Niners still, not the same quarterback.
So why y'all acting like it's the same quarterback? That's the part that's killing me.
It
Like,
doesn't
like
matter, bro. Let's just not continue to sit here and say that Aaron Rodgers is not the problem.
So I guess you to go in the scapegoat.
I'm just saying, let's not sit here and say, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have enough." That's crazy. That's I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it.
Feel like
they were the number 1 seed. They were the number 1 seed. He's having an MVP season, a better season than he had last year. And then the defense was better.
Well, you know, and I'm gonna get on that in a second. Well, you know what? Let's get to that in the next question. But after I finish mine, and Tobi, I see some I posted. But anyway, go look at the post story, get a chance. But anyway, I mean, let's talk about the Niners for a second. Yo, first of all, let's talk about Debo, man. First of all, Debo's the whole fucking team, bro. He's the water boy. He's the coach. He's the trainer. He does everything. Like Debo, one of the best football players I've ever seen. He's a beast.
Ever?
No, that I've ever seen. Yeah, Debo. Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Not now. Not like ever. Like he is the best ever. He's one of the best football players, just straight football players I've ever seen, bro. I swear to God.
I got you. Okay.
He's like that. He's special.
Yeah, he's special as hell. Then the running game, yo. Elijah Mitchell was a steal, and he helped keep them in the game and keep the chains moving for them. Jimmy G is horrible, yo. He should have had 5 picks. I swear to God, he is. Like, bro, the pass towards the sideline, they were so bad. They should have big sixes already.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. They should have. Titans should have took their approach. The Jimmy.
Wait, hold up. You waited till the day this post that?
Just now too.
I said that to it like 3 days ago.
I know. I saved it.
You're hilarious, bro.
You know I'm a troll, yo. Yo, I told you I was gonna kill his ass.
Yeah.
We're talking about Dave and the Bills. When I said they better not lose. I'm like, get his ass. But anyway, so Niners, again, you got to think about it too, man. Kyle Shanahan is good. Matt LaFleur's still young. Matt LaFleur doesn't show he can't coach and win big games right now. So it ain't all on Rodgers either, stuff like that. We talk about now the problem with Rodgers is, like Jeff said, in a way, he had 20 completions, 18 to Devontae and Aaron Jones. So that's crazy. You got to spread the ball around. That one play, Lazard was open, yo. He went on the top to Devontae, double covered. Bro, that's crazy. So I don't know, man. I feel like it's just it's a lot. I don't know if him and LaFleur are the best partnership when it comes to big games, honestly. And Niners, kind of like how the Saints got Brady's number. The Niners might just have Rodgers' number. Yeah,
true. That could be true. For sure.
Like Joey boasts all that. But let's continue with the same thing. Next question was anyway, like you said, you kind of answered it, Tobi. But how does this loss affect his legacy? And do you think he'll play for the Packers next season, Jeff?
Did the losses that Peyton Manning suffered affect his legacy?
Yes.
I mean, but when he won 2 chips, he still ended up being like one of the top quarterbacks ever. So once he got to that, and I think Rodgers. Listen, I just hope he don't go to the 49ers, bro. That'd be the sussiest move in the world, man. It makes sense though for him. He's from California. He'd be right at home. The team is already well constructed. They're set up to success. But to answer the question, I don't think he's going to be in Green Bay next year. Again, look, they were already mad. He was already upset that they did the Jordan Love thing. But too, remember, him and LaFleur didn't get along in the beginning. It was a rift with that. He wasn't really digging that whole young coach come in. He really had to prove himself to Rodgers. And now that he's showing, like Tobi said, he don't have trust in them other guys on the offense, man. That's why he consistently goes to the same players every single time. Like those dudes don't make a difference for him. So affect his legacy. I'm not sure yet. I think if he retired, then yeah, it'll be stupid. Then it'll affect his legacy. But if he end up winning one in the next 2 years, it'll be fine. And impact in Green Bay, I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, Jordan. Since Jeff said it don't affect his legacy, what do you think? Think it affects his legacy this loss, or
I think his legacy has already been affected. You feel me? Point blank. Period. We have expected Aaron Rodgers to have 3 or 4 Super Bowls by now. He has 1. So his legacy's already been affected because when we talk about the best QBs in the game ever, he's not going to be up there because there's other dudes with more rings and had the same level of production. Now, in terms of talent, okay, top 2, top 3. Most talented quarterbacks of all time, no doubt. But if we're talking combined, wins, Super Bowls, production, yo, he's at the bottom. He's in the top 5. He's 5 or 6. He might be out the top 5.
We're talking about top 5 ever, though. It's a lot of quarterbacks. Top 5 ever still, and top 5 ever in NFL history. That's still good.
I hear you, but bro, we sit here and say he's the most. People say he's the most talented quarterback we've ever seen, at least 1 or 2. So how can the most talented quarterback of all time not be in the top 5 of all time? We expect Patrick Mahomes to end up having more than 1 Super Bowl.
And he still ain't done that.
If he gets more than 1, he's already.
But Rodgers only been to 1, whatever like that.
And Mahomes been to how many already?
Already 2 like that.
No, I thought. You're right. My fault.
Yeah.
How many Manning go to? 3.
Manning with the 4. He lost 2.
Yeah.
1, 2.
And he got 2.
All right. Okay. I'll give you that, Mary. I'll give you leverage.
That shit.
I'll give that up.
Manning higher than Rodgers, bro. To me,
of course. He is because he's got 2.
No, that's not only.
He went to another.
Yeah.
What other
He
reason?
went to more.
Statistically, because he went to more. Okay.
Yeah,
I said I'll give that to you. I mean, if he went to,
no, I'm just saying the last. Now, not talking about this year, right? But they went to back-to-back chip games and lost, and he won an MVP. Then he came back, had a better season last year, number 1 seed, and you lose the divisional?
Yeah.
I don't think that team's suited good enough for him, man. I just don't. I don't think it's enough there, man. I'm sorry. I don't think it's enough.
The NFL.
I don't think it's enough. Like when you look at the rosters composed by some of the best. Listen, let me make the disclaimer. Let's put Brady to the side because we know he's different. But even Peyton Manning, right, had all-time rosters. He couldn't get there. Even when he won in Denver, he had Demaryius Thomas. He had a plethora of guys.
Bro,
Rodgers never had.
I'm about to say, like, bro.
Who didn't he have? He had a whole bunch of
when he won that Super Bowl, those receivers that team was crazy.
Who?
That
They came with the 4 bowls.
That team was nasty. He had Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings. He had Donald Driver. Come on.
They won the bowl.
Wait, when we went to the championship?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
I hate that you keep thinking like Jordy Nelson and Donald Driver is like elite receivers, bro.
Yo, Nelson was a beast.
Nice.
Bro, let's look at Nelson's like career stats. They're not really that
look
crazy.
Look at him in Green
bro.
Bay. Look at him in Green Bay.
Bro,
They're not that
he was
crazy,
Cooper
bro.
Kupp
Aaron Rodgers
before
had a
Cooper
neck,
Kupp.
man.
They're not crazy, bro. They're not that crazy.
Jordy Nelson was Cooper Kupp before Cooper Kupp.
Bro, he was not Stop.
Yo, like,
Stop.
bro,
I hate when you do this stuff, bro.
Jordy Nelson was crazy.
No, bro, he was not no damn Cooper
Yo,
Kupp, man.
Devontae Adams, the best receiver in football, bro. He had it for the
That's
last like
one
5 years.
guy, bro.
Right. Why you think he's so nasty? And yo, hold on, Randall Cobb in his heyday with Green Bay was nasty.
My man, Jordy Nelson went to 1 Pro Bowl in his entire career,
Stop.
my man. I don't really want to hear anything.
Randall Cobb.
I don't want to hear anything.
Early Randall Cobb in
Bro.
Green Bay was nasty.
Let me tell you something, yo. The year they won a championship, right?
What year was that? 6?
That was 11. So about
11?
11, I think. Or 12, maybe 11 to 12. But listen, the next year they was 15-1 and lost to the Giants in the championship game.
What the Giants do?
They won a chip or whatever.
And who they beat?
That's not the point.
I'm just saying, like they wasn't chump change at that point.
Yeah.
Bro, at that time, he
he
was the best quarterback in the NFL.
And they were 15-1, and they was home field advantage. You know how many home playoff games Rodgers been lost? Yo, it's ridiculous, yo.
Well, I mean, look, he's a great regular season quarterback,
Yep.
and I think he burned out. I think he burned out in the regular season. Instead of pacing himself through the season, he burned out because you're right. He's lost 3 NFC championship games at home. That's like the record, like the most.
He's throwing less. Every year he's thrown less.
Right.
But he's throwing for bigger, his chunk plays are bigger.
Answer the next question, Jordan. Is he going to be there next year? Or what?
No.
If he ain't a free agent.
I mean, like, if Devontae's if you're gonna come back, why not go back? If you want, like, what's going to be the difference? You go to Denver, you go to the AFC, you got all other QBs and all other teams. Stay in the NFC where you can reign king.
Okay.
And get your
I don't know.
15-1 MVP and take an L.
Minnesota looks real enticing. Indoors all the time. You got 2 receivers, a running back. Looks enticing. The defense is pretty solid.
He ain't Brett.
Bro, it's set up already for him, though. You got 2. You got Jefferson. You got who your other boy there? Who your other boy receiver in Minnesota?
Thielen.
Thielen. You got Thielen, Jefferson, and you got Dalvin Cook. It's a lot more than he's got in Green Bay right now.
Oh my God.
Tobi, what do you think? He stays or goes?
I say he stays.
Okay.
I just feel like he's gonna stay there. But at the end of the day, he's a regular season quarterback.
Yep.
Who has underperformed in the playoffs ever since he won the chip. So that's all it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna agree with Tobi on that, except for I think, of course, he's coming to Pittsburgh over here.
So you saw one joint on the social media that said that, and first you wanted Derek Carr so bad. Now you want Aaron Rodgers. Y'all got to make up your mind, bro.
You didn't say so bad, but
you're right.
Bro, y'all was campaigning for him early.
Okay. If we wanted him so bad, and then they said, "Oh, you got Aaron Rodgers."
Right.
I'm just saying, bro. Make up your mind, bro.
I'll tell you who won't be there: Mason Rudolph or Dennis Haskins and shit like that.
I'm telling you, Mason Rudolph gonna start for y'all next season. Day 1.
Season will be over.
Bet it.
Right.
Bet it.
Bet it. We can bet it.
Bet it.
All right. Next game, man. Bucks and Rams. Some other games with people's legacies on the line. Rams win the game at the end. Bucks try to come back but can't quite make it. Jeff, what are your thoughts, takeaways from that game, bro?
And that was a thrilling game. I mean, up 27-6. I was ready to hit the snooze button. Like, I was ready to pack it in. And then I started seeing like touchdowns go up. I'm like, hold up, this guy Brady is on the way right now. You know, contrary to what y'all been saying all season, Matt Stafford looked like he won the game if you ask me. I'm just saying, if you ask me, he had a really good game, no interceptions, and then he threw the big 40-something yard bomb at the end to kind of seal the deal to Cooper Kupp. So it looked like he played pretty well. Again, that Rams defense is – I thought Brady was going to win. I did, because I don't bet against Brady. I've learned my lesson plenty of times, and he probably could have won it had they not had such a lackluster start. But, you know, the problem was they didn't turn opportunities into goal. Cam Akers had 2 fumbles. Somebody else, they basically had 4 fumbles that they lost and didn't turn those into touchdowns. Like you would expect Brady to punch those in and turn those into points, but the Rams look good, man. I mean, the Rams look really, really dangerous at this point, and I'm not sure what we should prepare for with that. This next game next week is gonna be amazing, but the Rams look really good. Stafford was under composure. They ran the ball well. Again, the 4 fumbles is something they had to clean up. McVay is a genius on top of everything. The defense is really good because Aaron Donald's a beast. Jalen Ramsey looked like it was good, even though Mike Evans lit it up a little bit, but I think it was a lot of catch-up points, and they had softened the coverage. What I think about the game is just the fact that had the Buccaneers punched in more touchdowns, and it seems to be a recurring theme this last weekend, I think it would have been a different outcome, but they didn't.
All right. Jordan, Tobi, why don't you go before Jordan doing whatever he's doing?
Yeah, I picked the Rams to win. I felt like Tom Brady didn't have enough to work with. The Rams got out to the big lead, but even if Tom Brady, I just had a feeling that they still wasn't going to win. They had the 4 turnovers, but I still felt like the Rams were going to win. They were the better team, they're a more complete team, and I feel like with Matthew Stafford, like Jeff said, he's playing under control. He's playing under control. They have him in a good system, throwing to some wide open receivers. Nothing seems forced right now, so. Definitely, I do see them, skipping on to, I do see them, being a problem for the 49ers and, eventually going to the Super Bowl. This was the hard part for them, in my opinion. I feel like they took out, the best quarterback left in the NFC, so it should be, Super Bowl bound, right now, but it should be.
I mean, I'm just saying they might have shot their load too early here. I think this is the hardest challenge for them. The third game against the 49ers, who already been dominating them all season. And the 49ers are gonna make it ugly.
Yeah, I feel like they have what it takes though for the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers are gonna put up, all these points that they're gonna need to. But yeah, at the end of the day, the Rams are the better team. Mike Evans is not enough. So, even though they have Fournette, I feel like he needs another serious threat. If Chris Godwin was healthy, and maybe they get through that game.
Jordan, your thoughts on that game, man? Rams and Bucks, bro.
So, I mean, Bucks got down early. No Tristan Wirfs was a huge loss. No Antonio Brown was a loss. And then no Chris Godwin was obviously a loss as well. Brady doing regular Brady things, getting them back into the game, you know what I'm saying? But Matt Stafford showed up when it counted, you know what I'm saying? Which we needed to see from him. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that was a clutch, it's not like legacy changing or anything like that, but for the knack on him was, no playoff games, not clutch. And he came through in the clutch, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. But like you could just tell like the Rams defense taking up another notch. Donald, Miller, and Floyd pass rushing. Like Miller coming on that edge, like is just he looked like the old Von Miller, Denver Von Miller. You feel me? Now them not having Tristan Wirfs, but I think going to San Fran, huh?
Who offensive lineman for the Bucks?
Okay, inside,
outside,
tackle.
Okay.
I just think like they haven't beat the Rams haven't beat the 49ers in the last 6 games. So that's over the span of 3 years.
Damn.
So I think the Rams are gonna get this one done. I think they're destined for it at this point.
Wow.
I think that they're gonna remember the last 3 years. I think that the Rams are going to bring a lot more physicality on defense. All
right, man. We ain't picking the games yet. We'll get to that later on. Let me move on. All right. So the Niners, I felt like I'm not Niners. Bucks. Bucks. I'm also okay. Bucks. Bucks surprised me. I was with you, Jeff. I was watching some other shit at that point already. And I was like, what the fuck? Coming back. I think I was watching Power and shit like that. All of a sudden they start coming back or whatever. Watching Diana drop bombs and shit. Start coming back and whatnot. And I was like, wow, okay, Brady being Brady again. But at the end of the day, man, Cooper Kupp is he one of the most unguardable players right now in this league, yo. But even though it was bad defense, I don't know how the fuck you let him get behind you like that. However,
which one?
Huh? Both.
Which one? The 70-yarder or at the end?
I tried to tell.
The 70-yarder was horrible.
He was right. He was right. He was number one. He proved it. He wasn't there. He proved it.
I'm like that. But he proved it when the year they went crazy and Jared Goff was going crazy. He was snapping.
I don't know about all that.
I think that was just bad Bucks defense. That was the first time all the last year's starters had played a game together.
Winfield played it wrong, honestly. The whole
he definitely. He's young.
Yeah.
I mean, he was too slow regardless. He was going by him.
Cooper Kupp ain't no blazer.
I agree.
He be moving though.
But he ain't a blazer.
He's faster than Winfield.
He's quick, not fast.
He's faster than Winfield.
He's quick, not fast.
As you can see, because he got fucking burnt.
But with Sue maybe not coming back, a lot of different changes might happen. I do think this is the swan song for Brady, and I think it's gonna be done. What y'all think?
Nah, I wouldn't go out like this.
Yeah, I wouldn't count. I would. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, right. I'm not going out like this either.
You get Godwin back, and you looking at the same team again.
Yeah, if you look like right, if they can have,
they're gonna lose players, especially on defense, bro.
Who cares? As long as they can score.
If it's not the same team, then nah. But if it's the same team, then I'm coming back for one more.
I don't want the same team. No.
Nah, I need the same team. If it's not the same team, I'm not coming back.
Who's these cornerbacks? These dudes was like, I don't even know who these guys were.
I mean,
I don't know who these guys were.
We need better corners. The corners were indeed like really bad.
Very bad, yo. Like throughout the whole
season. But let's not hold on. Their corners were bad, but these are some really, really, really good receivers that they went up against.
So let me ask you this question.
Cooper Kupp was wide open on that one touchdown.
2 times.
Cooper Kupp, Van Jefferson. Imagine if Robert Woods was out there.
Wait, Cooper Kupp was open for 100 yards on 2 catches.
That one touchdown with the
Odell can't crack 100 yards. So
Odell was 138 passer rating.
Yards don't add up at the score. The yards don't add up when the game over. You feel me?
The yard get you to the fucking.
No, the touchdowns add up at the end of the game, bro. So them yards don't mean shit, bro.
If you got a 1 yard touchdown
It don't matter, bro. That 1 yard didn't mean nothing because the score up 7.
Right.
So,
You're right.
All right.
You're
Anyway,
Feel
man,
me?
it matters, bro. Stafford, though, says you the biggest critic, Tobi. Do you think he answered all his critics with this win right now?
I don't think he answered, all his critics. I just feel like he's in a system where, well, I'll say this: he answered his critics where he can play in this Sean McVay system effectively.
Right.
Enough for them to, do great things. Because I feel like it's essentially Sean McVay and what he could do. Look what he did with Jared Goff, at the end of the day. And as long as you don't put the game into Stafford's hand, which I feel like it really, it's never in his hands.
He just did that.
I don't think the game was completely in his hands. Like I said, I feel like it's mostly McVay's designs. I mean, the receivers are literally. I haven't seen Matt Stafford fit a ball in anywhere.
Bro, that last
I did. Okay,
Bro, he threw the ball 38 times.
He was open.
38 times.
Okay,
How much
like
of the game was in his hands at that point?
Can you show me the pass where Matt Stafford had to fit the ball in anywhere? Then I'll be shocked.
38 times.
Receivers. It's the system. What do you mean? He's throwing to wide open receivers though.
38 times.
Tobi, Jalen Hurts can't even hit wide open receivers.
Stop.
That's your problem.
I'm talking about a quarterback on a Super Bowl team. I'm talking about a quarterback that's on the Super Bowl team.
It doesn't matter, bro.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Hold on.
They got a quarterback to Jared Goff to a Super Bowl. So you upgrade that and what he's doing. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
I need clarity.
He showed signs.
He's better than Jared Goff.
Yeah, he's better than Jared Goff. Yeah,
definitely.
He's better than Jared Goff, right?
First of all, how many times does a guy throw for the game not to be in his hands? 25?
I don't think that's how you clarify.
I don't. Yeah, I never felt like they were up 27 to 3. So the game was never tight really to the end.
Still threw it 38 times.
I'm not gonna say he put it. They were up from the beginning of the game. It wasn't like the game was close and throughout the game they was telling him he had to consistently make the right throws for them to win because the game.
It sounds like that's what he did.
No, they were up 27-3 already. He only had to make the one pass at the end to help them win the game. Besides that, they were dominating.
He scored all their touchdowns. He had 2 passing and 1 rushing. How much of the game is not in his hands?
I get what he's saying. Tobi said it wasn't a back and forth like the
it wasn't no back and forth. They were up 27-3. They were done. All these 38 passes they came before mainly the last drive where the game was already done. The game was done. The game was controlled. I want to see him in a tight game throughout the game have to consistently fit balls in places and consistently make plays. I'll give him credit for not fucking shit up. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't fuck anything up. They have a good team out there, but I need to see him. Let's see against the 49ers. They said they've been losing to the 49ers. Let's see how that game goes. Let's see if they blow them out and then in the fourth quarter or, throughout the game, he has to consistently make throws. They're like, Stafford, they need this drive. They consistently need these drives. Let's see how that game goes. And then
the last drive, he did do that.
Well, all right, Jeff, your turn. What do you think? You think Tobi been too hard on him? You think he answered the critics?
Absolutely, Tobi been too hard. He threw 38 times. I do have to explain this. Listen, right? Even if they got up 27-6, right? When you realize that when they got up 27-3, they started running the ball hella hard. So that means Stafford got them the lead, and then they diverted to the run game to keep the clock running. And then on the last drive, he basically was in the money. That pass to Cooper Kupp was right in a bread basket. It wasn't over his head. It wasn't behind him. It just fell in there.
Yeah, he was wide open. Bucks defense trash.
I've seen players not get it in there.
That's what Jeff is saying. Niggas overthrow niggas
all the time.
NFL quarterback though.
Yes, NFL quarterbacks overthrow people all the time.
Basically trying to say that it was the scheme and the play calling.
It is right now.
If that was the case, Jared Goff would have still been doing the same thing all the years.
He made the last throw.
And you said they in the same category, didn't you?
Who's in the same category?
Tannehill and Stafford.
Nah. Stafford. I got roll the tape. Stafford's better than Tannehill. He's better than Tannehill. He's better than Goff.
Tobi said he still don't trust him yet.
I think in a big game against an elite quarterback, he showed up. Like, come on, man. 28 for 38, 366 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he ran a touchdown in. He only had like 2 sacks. So he didn't do no turnovers. So in a big game against an elite quarterback, what did he not show you that would be like, yo, that's kind of
I think all your points are valid. I think your point is that he showed up, he did what he was supposed to do. I think Tobi's saying he didn't have to go score for score with him. He was up. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like score for score. I get the points on both. Like, so let's talk about a game where it was score for score. Bills, Chiefs, right? So that was more of a back and forth score for score. We saw probably the best 2 quarterbacks in the NFL right now, right? Josh Allen and Mahomes. So Jordan, why don't you start kick us off, man? What are your thoughts on takeaways from that game, man?
I mean, I thought that was the greatest game I've ever seen.
Yo, we're the prisoner in the moment thing that we're supposed to have on this show that jumps in. Like,
I was so entertained. Like,
I was too, though. He's right.
Incredible ass game, though. Okay, but like, you guys said bad defense,
bro. You really say anything all the time, bro. I swear to God.
Look, look, these were 2 like goats, dogs going at it at the QB position. Like, we never. Come on, bro. Like, this was amazing. Like, the shit was crazy, bro. I've never seen nothing like that shit, bro. No cap.
What was the spread on that game, man?
Like, I just
won.
Like, literally, bro. Like, we thought the Bills had won.
Yeah, you're right.
What?
Where did that top 5 Bills defense go?
Now, what?
That's the question.
Well, I mean, 25 points got scored in the last 2 minutes. The score was like 21-16 going into the 4th. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying. There was some decent defense being played. I think both defenses ended up getting gassed at the end. There was a lot of big plays that happened, and the Chiefs got it last. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I think if Buffalo gets it last, I think Buffalo wins, and it's a whole different story. You feel what I'm saying? I think it was just 2 great quarterbacks making great plays, great passes. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, you can only do so much on defense. Like, the game is now designed for offenses to flourish.
Right.
So you can only do so much on defense. Like, and the way these quarterbacks are now, they are incredible. Like, Mike, just like you said, we could be talking about the 2 best quarterbacks in the league right now.
I think it's
you feel me? And there's still Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in the league. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I think it's what our question is 1-2 right now.
So I think this is going to be like, I'm hoping this will be the Brady and Manning matchup for years to come. And I know we had that conversation. You feel me? But I just think that it was 2 great QBs just not trying to lose. You feel me? And
plus, you know what I mean? Burrow, Herbert, they also great too.
I ain't on the Herbert train, so
I feel you. Okay, Jeff, what do you think about the game, bro?
He's right. It was like probably the most thrilling. That was a great way for the NFL to end the weekend. Like, to get people excited for the games and then to really run us into the next weekend. The viewership probably is going to go out the roof just to see how well the games go out, but I don't think they're going to pan out. I think it was really an atrocity of defense, man, at the end of the game. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, yo, this dude Davis had 170 yards and 3 touchdowns, and y'all still doubling Stephon Diggs. Like, I don't get that. Like, where is the logic in that, bro? Like, come on. And then the Chiefs, like, they really was just doing what any play that they could figure out. They look like the Chiefs of the old, but I just think it was the Bills' defense was just so bad. I give you the point, Jordan. They might have been gassed, man. It's high intensity, a playoff game. They was really dueling it out. It was just really bad defense.
And no Matthew, no timeout.
I was going to say that. Get out my head. So I was getting ready to say that. I think that was one of the pieces that
he hurt still. Or?
He had a concussion, and he was done for the night.
He play this week?
I don't know yet. There's no information, but it normally takes about a week to resolve from that. So we'll figure that out soon.
He should be straight.
But I think he was a big missing part. But still, even at times, he can be reckless on defense. He can be a risk taker and get burnt at times. The Chiefs defense was only good in that one small vacuum we saw them, like in the 8-game win streak. They were posing to be really good, but then they are who we thought they are. They're a terrible defense, man. Patrick Mahomes is outstanding. Let's just be for real. This matchup is probably going to be it. Like, this is the elite of the AFC for probably the next 5 to 7 years, without a doubt, hands down. I hope the Bills do something to get more production in other areas for their team. Just to see Josh Allen flourish like that. Yeah, I mean, the guy was drafted number 1 out of Wyoming. he reinvented his whole throwing motion like year 3. Paid somebody to do that, and look at him now. Like, not only this game is so crazy that both quarterbacks led the teams in throwing and rushing.
Yeah.
Like, nobody even realized that. Like, wait, you guys didn't even run the ball. You just ran with the quarterback. It was really exciting, man. I mean, it was two fan bases, loyal fan bases like Buffalo and Kansas City, one of the original teams in the NFL. I do think it was great. It was great for the league. And I can't wait for next year. Did the Bills beat the Chiefs this season?
Yeah, they did.
And did the Chiefs beat the Bills last year in the playoffs?
They did. Yeah.
It's starting to be a rivalry. It might be real for real now.
Yeah. Tobi, what do you think, bro, of the game?
Great game. Great quarterbacks. 2 of the best. Josh Allen did a lot of crazy plays, like running around and still throwing the ball and completing. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's no way they're gonna lose this game. And then on the second to last possession, Patty Mahomes, Tyreek Hill score a touchdown. I'm like, there's enough time left. I feel like the Bills are gonna, they're still gonna pull this out, and they did. They scored another touchdown. 13 seconds in the game. I've never seen, such horrible defense in my life.
Yeah, that was horrible, bro.
I understand what Jordan's saying. Great quarterbacks. Okay, Patrick Mahomes, he's great. But when I'm telling you, these guys are wide open. They're playing a zone. Like
they getting hit off, though, bro.
What
happened, Jordan?
They was getting hit. Like, even on the touchdown pass to Gabriel, he hit him with a crazy route.
Yeah, he did.
I'm talking about the Chiefs.
I'm talking about the Chiefs on the.
I'm talking about the Chiefs scoring getting down a field goal.
Okay.
That was probably the worst defense. It was like they're playing like a deep prevent. Everybody was open. Tyree, what's the name?
But wait, hold up. The Chiefs did call one fantastic play. They called the one play where they had the 2 receivers just go up, and then the one dude just wait like a screen. It was like a downfield screen. That was a genius play. That was Andy all the way right there. I gotta give it.
And the Kelsey play was freelance.
Yo, that play I remember. Like there was like
because they were playing the sidelines deep.
Yeah.
Why they had 3 timeouts? Why the hell were they doing that?
I don't know that.
I can't believe that happened.
Bills made a lot of bad coaching errors that lost in the game, though. In all seriousness.
Yeah, I agree.
That was it.
I agree. Andy showed his experience was more than the other guys.
And what fucked them up is that they should have never fucking kicked it into the end zone.
Oh yeah, that too.
They should have never kicked it into the end zone.
They should have pooch kicked that joint, made it run on the ground. But listen, you know what? Always call heads. Kids out there, if you're watching, call heads. Never call tails.
But we'll get to that in a second too. My thoughts on the game was, like I said, great game, great quarterback play. Gabriel Davis, who saw him coming into that game? Yo, that's crazy. Tyreek and them did their thing. You know what it is, man? Mahomes don't be running like that all year. Then playoffs come, he starts taking off, and nobody sees it coming and shit. That's 30 yards down the field.
That's definitely a fact, bro.
Yeah, so he like sets you up, like, you know what I mean, with this shit or whatever like that. So that actually works for them. I thought that like Tobi said, the Chiefs play horrible defense, stuff like that, especially towards the end of the game. I mean, not to the Bills play horrible defense, but then the play where Tyreek pieced my man out, I was like, he was behind him and gave the piece.
Disrespectful. He's so disrespectful. He's entertainment at his best.
Yo, I ain't gonna look at somebody's face and hit him with a peace sign. I'm ready to punch him in the face, fellas. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Shit,
bro. How you behind somebody giving a peace sign and shit like that?
Right, he separated from me.
Yeah, like I'm about to pass you, bro. Like that's crazy.
And the ball that corner got some speed when he took me. I'm like, oh shit,
crazy, yo. So that was good, man. As far as a rivalry, man, I could definitely see it. However, man, they're about to lose their OC, the Bills. So
Chiefs too, probably.
Yeah.
Who's he going to? The Giants, right?
They gonna never hire fucking Eric B. I feel like whatever, but I think the Bills OC going to the Giants. I feel like so we gotta watch how that affects the Bills moving forward.
But you know what else affected this game? Tre'Davious White wasn't playing. He's their best cornerback. He's been out almost all season. He's their shutdown cornerback, and he didn't play.
That's a fact. Definitely hurt me.
And you mentioned it, Jeff. Diggs, man. Like, I understand it was double teaming, but you got to get some more separation, bro. 3 catches for 7 yards.
I mean,
come on, man. Davis went for 190 and 4 touchdowns.
I feel like this year and last year, after that 1 year the first year that they had, I feel like they looked to do too many big plays with him. Like, get him involved early. Get him the little catches. So then they can come up and he could just do his thing. Go, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Diggs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like they try to look for the big play too much with him, and they use the other receivers underneath. He can do everything. So they got to do more things with him, I feel like, to get him
I
involved.
don't know, man. But going out 3 catches, 7 yards, that they ain't gonna feel good in the offseason.
But yo, that OC going to the Giants, if he fixed Josh Allen, he might be able to fix this.
He ain't fixed Josh Allen. Josh Allen fixed himself. They said he paid somebody to help the mechanics get changed.
Yeah, like
Word,
throwing
you never
coach,
know.
whatever like that. Josh Allen probably. I'll tell nobody who it is. I don't know.
I wouldn't either.
But yeah, it was a great game. Chiefs won. So, like you mentioned, Jeff, about always call heads. The NFL, should they change the rule? Jordan mentioned this in the chat. What do you think, Tobi? Should they change the overtime rule?
Yeah. I felt like they did. They never changed it at all. I felt like they tweaked it.
No, they just changed it.
They did tweak it to where, like, if you get the field goal, you get another shot.
Yeah,
So
and then they changed it back.
No, you still got the
It's
field. You
still
get
that way. Then I think it should stay that way. Stop the team from scoring a touchdown.
Exactly.
And then they're gonna have to kick a field goal. Then if they kick a field goal, you get a chance. That's how I see it. You know, it's cool the way it is. You have to stop the team from scoring a touchdown. Simple as that. I don't have no problem with it.
Jordan, you disagree?
That's a good point, Toby, but I kind of do disagree. And the reason why I kind of do disagree is if they're gonna do it in college, why not do it to the NFL?
This ain't the big boy league. That's why. I don't agree. I think they gotta leave it as it is.
I mean, like, it sucks because, or look, like I heard somebody say this. If you're gonna keep it that way, then it's no coin toss, and it's a continued game. So at that time, Kansas City scored, got the field goal. Okay, next quarter, Buffalo ball.
No way.
You can't have them play forever, bro. They already
Can't have it play forever. But you think about it, it's gonna be a tie. It's gonna be mad ties.
I like what Nick Wright said. I don't even fuck with Nick Wright, but I like what he said today, right? So
he dated a black woman. He dated a black woman. That's why
he do. But he said that so the team that win the coin toss, right? They get to choose to kick or receive in overtime, right? So if they receive, then the other team get to choose where the ball starts at. So they can put you on the 1 yard line if they want to.
Hell no.
But if the team who if they choose to kick, then they get to choose. So I thought it's a good plan. And if you want the ball, you can get it. I'm put it on the 1 yard line.
So then what happens? You get a safety. The game over.
Yeah, but you chose to get the ball. It's on you.
Nah.
Why not? What you mean?
Because look, because they basically do no, like, if they do no coin toss, right? So say you do no coin toss, right? Let both teams then get a chance, so you don't run out the quarter.
Hold on, back up. What's wrong with what I said? Why y'all don't like that?
Oh no, because putting the team on the 1 yard line, it's
right.
Yay.
They chose to get the ball.
Nah, bro.
1 yard line.
You can put it wherever you want to put them at.
Put them at the
This ain't no scratch and pool.
What if somebody make a mistake and be like 1 yard line going in? Oh wait, I didn't mean that. Like, oh yeah, they're already on the 1 line not going in now, bro.
Well, you should have chose the kick. You chose to receive.
I think that's too extreme, Mike. Too extreme.
I got you. Okay. Well,
I like the way it is right now. Like I said, it just make it easier. Like George said, if you want, like Toby said, if you want to get touchy, stop them.
Stop them from touchdown. Stop them from
the touchy.
They kick a field goal. Then you get to kick a field goal, and then
the game keeps going. Let's score win.
I mean, but you also gotta think about it, right? Now, Buffalo's defense was just on the field at 13 seconds. Then they went into the coin toss, had to come right back on the field. If you peep, the Chiefs went down.
It's 13 seconds, bro.
The Chiefs went down the field in like 5 plays.
Exactly.
Should have stopped them.
All right, but I just came off the. Nah, man.
You just came off for 13 seconds.
Got shredded anyway. You was barely out there.
Right.
Got shredded.
No tackles. They ain't tackle nobody. No one. Random run 15 yards.
There was only 2 plays. Come on,
and what's crazy about that? That the kicker actually missed 2 kicks that game. I'm thinking like, damn, that's 4 points they left on the table.
I thought he was going to miss one.
I did too.
The last one too, bro.
I thought he was going to choke.
Yeah, but if he choked, he might have had to run to Kansas City. They would have been on.
Nah, they'd have brought him back.
All right, man. So Playoffs, man. So we already talked about it. Jeff had the Bengals, Packers, Bucks, and Chiefs. So he was 2-2. Tobi had Titans on the Y, Packers, Rams, and Bills, and then Jordan had the Bengals, Packers, Rams, and Chiefs. I think he had the best weekend actually.
Tobi choking when it mattered the most.
And I had the Bengals, Packers, Rams, and Bills. Everybody, man, Tobi thought the Bills were gonna win, man. I don't know. I mean, that was a close game.
Titans are supposed to win. Bills are supposed to win.
Yeah. All right, man. So these last pickles, man, as far as like the championship playoffs. So AFC championship game. Oh, NFC. Let's talk NFC. NFC championship game. What y'all got, man? The Rams or the Rams for you? Oh, everybody Rams?
Yep.
Nah, I'm going with the 49ers.
Okay.
I mean, they just put the muzzle on Aaron Rodgers. I don't see why they won't put the muzzle on Matt Stafford.
That's your guy, though.
Huh?
That's your guy.
First of all, we talking about team. We ain't talking about players.
Oh, so he's gonna get clamped. How many picks you see him throwing this week?
Huh?
How many picks you seen him throwing this week since they're gonna clamp him up?
I mean, he probably might throw 2. He might go 2 for 2. 2 picks, they're gonna be down so big, he might have to throw 2 touchdowns later.
Man, we'll see.
I'm going with the Rams too, but not because of Stafford. I don't forget Rams got defense too. It's like Niners.
I never picked the Rams because of Stafford. I picked them because they're the team overall.
But the defense for the Rams is equipped to chase the pass rush, not the run. That's why the 49ers run it down. They throw it every time they play him.
Okay. Well, that's true. Niners do win.
I do agree with you on that, Jeff. But I think they bring it for this game.
Nah, I think they're gonna blow it.
But I think they really bring it because the level of physicality that they brought to Tampa Bay, if they do that to San Fran,
what? Anybody know the spread in that game?
Don't stand no chance.
It's probably gonna change right now, so I ain't even order to discuss it. Don't even need. You know it's gonna change as it get closer.
All right. And then next one we got is Chiefs and Bengals. I'm sure everybody got the Chiefs in that game.
Sure, everybody got the Chiefs in that game.
All right, I'm going with the Chiefs too in that game too. So I'll wait because we got different stuff.
Wait, but didn't the 49ers and the Chiefs play this in the Super Bowl last? Wait, oh no, it was the Bucks. It was the Bucks and the Chiefs.
The year before that.
Wow, that's gonna be brutal. I don't know. The 49ers, wow. Please don't let Jimmy G win the Super Bowl. Please.
Jimmy G not winning the Super Bowl. Jimmy G is not beating Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. He cannot do it.
Yo, bro, the Bucks just showed the blueprint last year how to shut them up.
Jimmy G ain't doing that, bro.
I mean, Brady, they only scored 13 points. He had scored a lot.
Yo, I remember that game. They were up too. That the 49ers were up in that Super Bowl in the fourth quarter too by like 2 scores.
That was my man.
I'm talking about the Buccaneers.
G overthrew Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders, and he had him wide open.
Yep.
I got 49ers and Chiefs in the chip, bro.
Wow.
The way he's looking, I got the Chiefs and the Rams.
All right, I'll wait to pick the chip next week, man, because we almost done with this show. So
I thought this was the end of the show. Like, should we gonna talk about 2 games next week?
That's true. Yeah. All right. So you got.
Wrap it all the way up.
All right. So 49ers Chiefs and chip. Who you got?
Oh, I got the. It's hard to tell, bro.
You just say wrap it up.
I'm just saying, but I mean, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
I got the Rams and the Chiefs. I'm gonna pick the Rams.
You playing? Wait, that'll be the first team in NFL history to host the Super Bowl.
You got Rams over Chiefs?
I got the Rams.
Okay.
Listen. That'd be the first team in NFL history to host a Super Bowl in their home stadium.
The Bucks.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
And one.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. The 49ers about to do this.
Jordan.
I got Chiefs and Rams. And you know what? I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think Stafford will be back the next year. Stafford got a couple more years with him.
He said Stafford got the 2 greatest receiving seasons in history under his belt. He gonna win a chip now.
Nah, I got the Chiefs.
Oh, you got the Chiefs.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs.
Oh wow.
And I'm gonna go Chiefs, Rams, Chiefs. I'm gonna go Chiefs. Go ahead,
go ahead, Mike. No, my bad.
I'm gonna go Chiefs, Rams as well, and I will go with the Chiefs as. And you know what? That's tough though, man. Hold on. Now think about it,
man.
That pass rush, man, for the fucking Chiefs. I mean, for the Rams, bro.
That's what I'm saying. If it's at the road, but I don't know if the Rams can beat the 49ers, man. I don't see why they could beat them. Why would we think they could beat them? They already smacked them twice.
They smacked them twice?
The 49ers won every game this season.
Oh, against you talking about the Rams and the 49ers.
Yeah.
End of the day, man, Rams, 49, Rams, Chiefs. I got to go with the Chiefs. Better quarterback. That's what Tobi always says, man. I gotta go with the
I ain't
I
following
don't
that.
think the Chiefs could ever.
Oh, you done abandoned your own mantra. Already.
I ain't following that.
Can't do no crime but you, bro.
I
Ain't
don't
take that long
honestly.
either.
I don't know. I don't want the Chiefs to win again. I just don't want them to win again.
Oh, you be
I
hating,
gotta get
man.
Mahomes too.
Yo, Tobi
Patrick
hating on
Mahomes-
the Chiefs and Golden State.
Patrick
for some
Mahomes
reason, yo.
don't need two right now. He could wait a couple more years.
Patrick Mahomes might be the GOAT.
I don't know why Tobi hate winners. He be hating on everybody who have like dynasties and shit like that. He hate the Golden State. He hate the Chiefs. I don't know why
Stop
he hate
it.
winners.
Golden State. I didn't hate Golden State till KD got there.
He's right. I'm with that too. I'm with
Tobi
that
like
too.
winners.
I didn't hate the
Rams
Golden
might be
State till
winning.
KD went there. Yeah, I feel him.
Anyway, all right. Well, listen. Football's done. Thank you guys for watching Beyond the Trenches as always.
Facts.
We'll be back next, not next week, but soon with some half-court trap. Basketball heating up. All-Star break will be here in a few weeks. Trade deadline February 10th. Lots to talk about. Lots of season. And we look forward to bringing that to you guys, man. So for my guys, Jeff, Jorday, and Tobi,
Yo,
we out.
appreciate
Yo,
you.
Trenches, man.
Who?